All right, we're talking Pittston area football. Joe DeLucca, the new head coach here for the Patriots. And Joe, let's talk a little bit about being a head football coach. And, it's early, but, there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of media stuff and a lot of the little things that nobody ever realizes, but you're embracing the whole challenge here at Pittston area. Let's talk about, the first several months for you.
Yeah, so we started in January, and like you said, being a head coach is certainly a lot different in that aspect than being an assistant. A lot of paperwork, a lot of previews, ordering the equipment, but things that are all part of the job that are very important to making a successful program. I learned a lot from Coach Barberi, and he did all that and then some. He was a great role model for all the coaches, especially me as an assistant. So he definitely left this place better than he found it. That was one of his mottos that we're carrying on here. His dad was the same way. So a lot of great tradition, footsteps to follow with the Barberi family, and I couldn't be more excited to have that honor of taking over the Patriots.
And like anything else, there's some turnover, coaching staff, assistants, and different things, and some familiar names and some new names that are coaching with you. But bottom line is, whatever coaching staff, Coach Barberi's, your staff is, you guys all want to be on the same page. Talk a little bit about, you feel like right now your coaching staff is in a good spot. Like, hey, we got the kids, we're going to fire them up, and we're gonna get these kids work hard. And we're all believing the same thing here at Pittston area.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff, they're all committed, on board. These are guys, a lot of them are 24/7. They're in here, early every day. They're still sitting in here now, almost 9 o'clock at night, and just talking football. We'll share different ideas throughout the week, but it's very dedicated, hungry staff that wants to be successful, and that's all you could ask for. So.
You've been around students, you've been around athletics a long time, you've coached different things. Talk a little bit about leadership and some of the philosophies you've taken from people, and obviously you have your own philosophy that you've built.
Yeah, I think, for me, it sounds cliche sometimes, but my philosophy has always been servant leadership. And I look at this, being a head football coach is the ultimate service. How could we, be servants to these young men, help them to become, young men first, student athletes, the student, being, before the athlete, and then, successful athletes and successful in, their life too as well once they leave here. I think that's, always the goal. So, leading, by example, too as well. My coaches, myself, we're not afraid, get in there, show them, different things, how things are done, what we expect. I don't mind, running with them every now and then, either. So I think that's very important that the kids know that we are in it with them.
These kids, when I talk to your players, seem very grounded. Some knew, hey, I don't think I'm going to play at the next level. I'm a high school football player, but I'm okay with that, comfortable in their own skin. You get somebody like a Rich Mendola at Dallas, like, hey, we got a bunch of Division III football players here. We might have a kid who plays D2 or once in a while a D1. But you have some kids here that play some other sports. They all seem like their family is so important to them. They might have a favorite teacher from third grade or from, at the high school, or somebody that supports them. But as you say, you're just trying to kind of be a piece of the puzzle here for these young men.
Absolutely. I think that was the big, draw for me. I've been, with the program with Coach Barberi now for, his last 7 years. Building relationships with these kids was easy because they are great kids. They come from great families. The, parental and the family support is, tremendous. It's second to none here in Pittston area. And, I think that helps. That helps a lot, for, coaches to be able to do their job. Have the support of the parents. The booster club, is tremendous. Anything we need, anything we ask for, they're there to provide that support to us. So I think that's a great foundation that we've built over the years. Administrative support too as well, right on down the line. So it makes it certainly a very difficult job a lot easier when you have that type of support behind you.
I think like anything else, you want to, build a program and you get guys in the weight room, and all these guys are believing, hey, we're working hard here. We're outside, we're running, we're getting conditioned, we're working hard in the weight room. They kind of feed off each other, so the skill guys are impressed by the linemen, and the linemen are like, hey, these skill guys are doing good stuff too, and that's kind of part of the culture.
Yeah, you hit on really the main goals coming into the season, really to keep ramping up our weight room and dedication, in the off season, solidifying, our offensive and defensive lines, and, having our skill kids keep developing. And, we have, some really nice skill kids, like you mentioned, kids going to play at college. I think, there are some, of our seniors and upperclassmen that could play if they want to. And then you look to the underclassmen. There's definitely some kids that, maybe, in that Division I category, by the time they become seniors, depending on, how they keep working and, what they keep doing on Friday night. So that's certainly will be an opportunity for many of them. And, a lot are just, they're hungry and humble and happy to be, the role players too, and they enjoy playing on Friday nights, which, is that's a big bonus, a big positive.
A lot of times you get coaches that it's all about the schematics and the base is just not there. And, not that you and I have talked schematics, but you're just talking about the foundation. Like, listen, we're here to work hard, let's show up, let's put our energy in.
Right.
Positive guy, always have been since I've known you. But the schematic part, whether you're going to play the 4-4 defense or you're going to go, twins on both sides and the offense and all that, that part will take care of itself. You guys are going to do what you're going to do. But talk a little bit about, just getting out there and competing with another team, and whether, you outsmart them. At some point, it's athletes making plays, putting kids in right positions.
Yeah, I think philosophically, it doesn't matter what scheme you run. You still have to take care of the basics. You still have to block. You still have to tackle. You still have to be in the right positions. You still have to be in great shape. You can't lose games in the fourth quarter. That also develops a kind of a toughness type of mentality. What do you do when adversity strikes? And all those are those little things that sometimes are the intangibles that you can't see all the time, but you got to be in the right position. You got to make plays, and the scheme is the scheme. And also it's fitting the athletes. Kind of not so much having your scheme and plugging them in, but sometimes changing that scheme up around your athletes and what they do well.
Your one player may have hit the nail on the head. I said, listen, it may not be wins and losses that you guys measure success this year. And he said, which could come from you and your other coaches, is we just want to compete in every game and give it our best and kind of just be in a game, and then let the chips fall where you might not win every game. But he'd like to just be competitive, play hard, and see what happens.
Well, philosophically right now, my outlook, my motto, and I tell the kids it's, one day, 1 week, one opponent at a time. We can't look ahead. It's obviously we know, the schedule. We've all seen it. It's certainly week in and week out. We go up against, great opponents, some with great tradition and culture and programs already in place. Great coaching staffs, kids that do the right things in the football way. So, we can't look ahead. We just gotta, stay focused and not worry about scoreboards and wins and losses. But at the end of the day, I think I'd be lying. It's much more than just being competitive. I've never gone into things like just to go out, and I don't believe a lot of times in moral victories, even though they are there and you feel good about them. But I think if things come together, we'll be in good shape. But like I said, we can't look beyond week one.
A lot of work to be done, and as you said, your assistants are here 24/7. That means you're dialed in 24/7 as well.
Yeah, I think they want me to bring like some couches here, so they would sleep here if they could. Some of them, definitely.
Well, great to catch up with you. Congratulations on the new gig, the new challenge here at Pittston area, Joe. We wish you all the best.
Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, John.